Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah and I'm so glad that you could join me today. So I thought today I would come on and let you know the things that I do to earn money from home while as a stay-at-home mum. So we made the choice together that I would stay at home to look after the family, and my husband has a job that is well enough paid that I don't have to work in order to support us. We can get by each month. However, I do like to contribute where I can and to also have some money coming in to pay for those extra amounts and give us that little bit of cushion when we've got unforeseen projects coming up, to be able to cover those bills without going into an overdraft or having an issue. It also means that I can have some money in my bank account, so if I want to buy something or a gift for someone or treat myself, if I've got people round, take them out for coffee or something, I don't have to budget and look into things, because I know that the money in that account is like the rainy day account, and as long as I don't dip into it too much and there's a decent amount in there, then we're okay. So I do a couple of things to earn money while I work from home. It is hard fitting it around a family, because particularly when children are young, you can't just sit down and work. They obviously need some input, they need some interaction, you have to watch them. Particularly in my house, where we've got hard floors, there always seems to be dirt on the floor, and you know what children are like for picking stuff up and putting it in their mouth. So I can't work, except in like nap times or in the evening, on like computer work. But one thing I can do outside of nap times is I can do Avon. So I've been doing Avon for a little while, and it pays for itself, and it brings us in a little bit extra. And it means that I also, because a lot of my customers either order online or they pay in cash, it means that I have money coming into my account that I don't need to be working too hard for. But it also means that I can get out, I can go on walks, I can meet people in the area, and I've got that small amount of income coming in. Because some of my customers pay in cash, it's quite nice, because it means that I can use that cash when the bank balance is looking a little bit low, and I can just pay for small purchases there and have some cash floating around in the house for if we needed to pay a small bill or give a tip to someone, or if I needed to go to the shops and get something and the bank balance was looking a little low, I can use the cash and then I can still get the things that I need. So that's one way that I bring money in. I do Avon. I've been doing Avon for probably about 4 years. I have it online, and I also offer brochures to people, and a lot of people shop with me by word of mouth. Since we've moved house, it's been hard, and I'm trying to build that customer base back up again to make it a more viable option. But it's something that I enjoy doing, and it's something that there's definitely a need for in the wider community. The other thing that I do to earn money working from home is I'm working with Valley Christian School online, uploading their files and helping them with their website and IT. I'm not very good at IT. Mostly it's just uploading and checking curriculum and video courses, which is helpful to them, and it brings in some money for me, and I find that I can do that quite quickly, often quicker than is expected, which sometimes is good, because it means that I can get things done and it's sent across and they're always pleased. Like, I'm not taking any longer than I think it should be. And it's done, it's completed, and I can then get paid. And I'm not having to set aside hours of time to do things. I can sit down and get it done in a couple of hours. On the other hand, because I get paid by the hour, it's not so good for me. But that's always the thing when you get paid by the hour. So I've been doing that a lot recently as well. So they're the two main ways that I bring money in working from home. I do other things on the side to help make the most of the money that we have, and to be good stewards of the financial resources that we have and the items that we have in the house. So about 3 or 4 times a year, roughly once a season, but not religiously every season, I will have a quick sweep through the house. I'll look at DVDs, CDs, books, and I will list them on Zipit or Music Magpie, and you can get some money for them that way. Anything that we're not using in terms of like actual hard goods, I will list on Facebook and see if I can get some money for them that way. And I'll do that as and when things come up. So when I've done a project, if we've got some bits left over, I'll list on Facebook and see if anyone will come and collect it. With clothes that I no longer want, I try to repurpose them. So if they're just ones that I don't particularly like wearing, I'll use them as like scruffy clothes. If they're ones that have got marked or damaged but I really like, I'll try and make those into blankets or quilts for the family. If they are ones that I'm not using and I've never used, sometimes I've taken the labels off, because I take the labels off everything when we're given them, but I've never used them. And those ones I will often use as gifts for people that I know who are having children, have children similar age, when there's events coming up. Another thing I do is I do sell on Vinted. I have spoken about this in the way when I did the first video that I ever did on how to get clutter and stuff out of your house. I talked through a lot of these ways that I remove stuff from the house, and some of those can bring in money. So the main ones that I use are Ziffit or Music Magpie for books and DVDs and CDs, Facebook Marketplace, and Vinted for clothes. And I also use those in reverse. So if I want to save money when I buy things, which I always do, I try to get as much as possible for free. I try to, as I said, if I've got new things that I've never used, family's never used, they're literally just there, I will make sure that they're washed and clean so they don't smell musty or have marks on, check that they come clean, that the colour's not going to leach, and then I will use those as gifts. Sometimes I will go on Facebook Marketplace and I'll buy things from there, because you can often get them cheaper. I also use Vinted a lot for clothing. I try to keep the inventory of what I have personally as low as possible, take really good care of the things that we've got so I don't have to replace them as often, and really repurpose and reuse as much as I can, get the most out of the things that we have in our house. So that obviously saves us money, because I'm not following fashion, I'm not following the colours of the season. If it's wearable and it works, I'm going to be wearing it. And obviously there'll be some things that I won't wear out and about, or I won't wear to see certain people, or maybe I won't wear them to hostess or to do a YouTube video, but I will still keep them and I'll wear them for every day around and about the house. I try to always shop the sale rail before I go anywhere into the shop, or when things come out in the shops, I'll have a look, I'll see things that I like, and then I'll wait for the end of season for them to go on sale. So sometimes that can be inconvenient, like when the weather's warm and I would really love a set of shorts, and partly I can't find shorts that I like, but also I'm going to wait till the end of the hot season to get shorts for next year, or 3/4 lengths or whatever I'm looking for instance, or coats and winter shoes I'll buy in February as the weather's turning. It means you've got fewer selection, but you are going to get them cheaper, so it's going to be better for your purse or your wallet. Another thing that I do is I always join reward schemes. Join any shop that you use regularly, any supermarket, anything that is going to give you money or points or prizes for shopping there. Tesco Club Card, although I don't shop at Tesco's. I used to use that quite a lot. Nectar points at Sainsbury's, they build up so quickly. We very rarely shop at Sainsbury's, but there's some things that we get there instead of at other shops, and the points do add up. Asda is another one. They do money, and when you hit certain milestones, when you buy certain products, they'll put money into your cash pot on the app. And so my aim this year, while I'm using that, is to build the money up in the cash pot. I'm trying to build up the money in there without buying more than I need to, without unnecessary buying, like only buying stuff that I need to buy, which I've talked about when I did budgeting, about making a shopping list, menu planning, shopping your own rooms first. I'm trying to build it up so that in November and December I can use mostly the vouchers, or convert the cash pot into vouchers to use then, because they tend to be the months that we are more likely to be running slightly low on food, we're likely to be slightly low on money, we're doing more travelling, we're not here as much. So if I can cover sort of end of November through December and potentially into January with some things, at least the bigger purchases, then that would be really good. Sainsbury's, we're looking into maybe letting it pay for a holiday or a time away or something like that, which would be quite nice too. So yes, I work from home, I work 2 jobs from home, I work Avon, and I also do some computer-based work. I try to sell anything that is in good condition that we don't have. I try to repurpose things. I buy almost everything secondhand, charity shops, Vinted, Facebook Marketplace, Shop the Sale Rail. I only buy what I need to. I do shopping lists, I budget. I plan my meals in advance. We don't have takeaways pretty much ever. When we have people round, I try to do simpler meals that I can cook, and then potentially there'll be leftovers for the next day. We're not afraid to eat leftovers, whether I eat them for lunch or whether I cook them, incorporate them in something else, add something in, and we have it for dinner the next day. Don't be afraid to eat leftovers. Be aware of, like, obviously, don't be reheating rice too many times, or not heating food thoroughly. Be aware of the safety around using food a second time. But that helps us to save some money, and I always use reward schemes. Aldi or Lidl, I think it's Lidl, have just brought out their reward scheme on Lidl Plus, so you can download the app. So I've got to look into that one yet. I haven't really looked into it. I don't know if we've got one. I don't know if it's something that would work for us, but it's possibly something that would work for you. So that is how I try to keep our bills down. I try to help financially any way I can with the money that's coming in, the money that's going out, the things that I do from home as a stay-at-home mum to help out the family and bring in that little bit extra money. I think during June I'm looking at finances and budgeting, and what I've been doing this month is tracking everything that I buy and filming it so that I am completely accountable, and then at the end of the month I'm going to look back. I will, if I can, try and put on screen, it might be the first video of next month actually, because it's going to be a bit, I think the way the Friday falls is going to be next month's first video of next month, not this month. But to actually be accountable for what I'm spending and look at where we can cut back, look at where I'm overspending and see if my budget is realistic. So I'm really excited for that video, and do make sure that you've subscribed and you've hit the notification button so that you don't miss a video when I upload. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Take care.